Module 7, Lesson 2's objective is to draw and label a picture graph to represent data with up to 4 categories. Item 2. Use the data of Mr. Clark's class vote to create a picture graph in the space provided. As you can see, the title of the tally chart is Favorite Birds. So that'll be the title of my picture graph. Since it's a title, I will capitalize both words. Favorite birds. Don't forget to leave a space between the words. Now, the first bird that's listed here is a penguin. I will write it on the first line, and I will capitalize it, since it's the name of the category. Penguin. How many people chose penguin as their favorite bird? Let's count the tally marks together. This is 5, and one more is 6. So that means I need to mark 6 squares. I'll use an X. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'll put a check mark since I finished that one. Moving on, I'll go to flamingo. Again, I will capitalize the word flamingo since it is the title of this category. And I will look at the number of tally marks. 5. So now I will mark the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And put a check mark since I finished that one. Moving on, I'll go to peacock. Again, I will capitalize it. And now I will count the tally marks. 5, 10, and 4 more makes 14. And now I will mark it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now I need to create the legend. The legend tells the reader what the X's mean. I'm choosing black so that no one ties the color to the actual legend meaning. Each X represents one person. This way, when a person is trying to figure out the number of people that chose each of the animals as their favorite bird, they know what to count by. Since each X represents one person, they'll count by ones. Item A. How many more students voted for peacocks than penguins? I'll underline how many more voted for peacocks than penguins. I circled than because it reminds me that we're comparing two groups. We're asking how many more liked one than another. So when I'm comparing two groups, I'm looking for the difference between one group and another. That means I'm going to subtract. I will remember to label my numbers so my teacher knows where I got those numbers and what they represent. I'll write PEA for peacock. And we already counted the tallies above, and we know that there are 14 who like peacocks. We're going to subtract the number of people who like penguins. So I'll write PEN, short for penguin, since they both begin with PE. And we know that there are 6. I know that 14 is the same thing as 4 plus 10. And then we'll subtract those 6. which is 4, plus 10 minus 6 is 4, and that is 8. And we'll write it on the line. Now it says, how many fewer votes are for flamingos than penguins and peacocks? All right, underline how many fewer for flamingos. I like to circle the word than, penguins and peacocks. I'll circle the word and to remind myself I need to combine those two categories. First, let's figure out penguins and peacocks. Penguins and peacocks should be added together. So let's see here. P-E-N for penguin, and that was 6. And then peacocks, we used P-E-A. That was 14. Find the total there, and then subtract it from the number for flamingos. Take that number, write it again, and subtract it from the number of flamingos, which is 5. The new answer then goes on line B. Line C. The directions say, write and answer your own comparison question based on the data. Just like on the previous page, you will try to compare two different categories, or maybe combine categories and then compare. Remember, when you're comparing, you're looking for the difference. So you'll end up doing a subtraction problem to find the difference. Don't forget, questions begin with capital letters and end with a question mark. If you need more room, you can always attach a piece of paper to your homework sheet so that you don't have to smash everything together and that you can do the neatest work possible on this line. Don't forget to show how you answered your question and label all of your numbers.